go ahead and start. It's been a crazy weekend. It's been a long night. We're tired like everybody at the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So let's get into this WrestleMania review. We're doing this review after night 2, of course, after the post show. Watched all of that. Mm-hmm. I really wish they really were showing the roast to WrestleMania.
I know.
Yeah, but
I think what the main reason behind that is just like in case that something does go south.
True.
Or like if they want to cut it up or cut some stuff out, just like
maybe it'll come out somewhere. But
yeah,
as we stated before, we're Tony Hinchcliffe fans, Kill Tony fans. So yeah, that sucks. We can't see that. But we're gonna go ahead and start with night 1. Of course, if you're not familiar with our rating system, we got a rating system from 1 to 3. Of course, if it's 1, it gets a potato. That's our only technically bad rating. If it's 2, it gets a pop. And if it's a 3, it's this is awesome. Because everything is good with wrestling. There's only a few times that, things will get a potato. But hopefully nothing will get a potato night. And then we also have, the CayVin Universe title's up there. I have to grab it. But we're also going through our reviews to see who is the CayVin Universe champion, who got the most predictions right. I actually was looking, and I can't really tell. I think I'm going to
have to keep track or something.
Yeah, and I know we got a few wrong. Both of us got it wrong.
Yeah.
So, the first match.
So it started off with Jey Uso versus Gunther. I guess I'll just start off by saying I feel like this was their opportunity to go, like, really all in with like kicking off WrestleMania, and I feel like they just didn't do that.
Really? Well, I missed the first few matches. I was working and stuff. So, how did it start? Well, Triple H started night 1, right? Like he announced it, like welcome to WrestleMania.
Yes, Triple H did do that, and then this was the first match. Like I said, this was like their opportunity to just like make like a big, a grand entrance. You know what I mean? To the 2 nights.
Jey Uso kind of had a big entrance, right?
Yeah, no, I mean overall, like this is their good. This was their way to start the night.
Oh right,
yeah.
You didn't like that they started the night with this?
Yeah, I guess it was just like it was okay considering the outcome. Of course, like Jey won, which I think was probably like the best part of the match. Other than that, I feel like it was especially that finish. I feel like the finish it could have ended
and how Gunther just tapped out.
Yeah, I just feel it wasn't it. That's why I got confused. Wasn't it supposed to be like a sleeper hold, and then he tapped out of it?
Yeah, and the story with that was that just that. As much of a ring general as Gunther is, he knew that there was no way out of it, so he just had to tap out, or else he was gonna pass out. So him knowing like wrestling, like he's like knew there was no way out of it. Like that's the story.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
But it's like okay, yeah, that's true. I mean, the build up, the build up was kind of, and then it got a kind of like it was really good towards the end there after the attack on Jimmy and stuff. And then the post show, Jey, you can tell he was pretty drunk. He was
he was really celebrating.
To be the first match, and then from the first match all the way to the post show, like you had some time to party in there. Your first world title win.
Yeah, for sure. I do think overall this match got a pop, just considering that Jey Uso is the new world heavyweight champ.
Yeah, it gets a 2 out of 3. Yeah, it gets a pop, and we both said Jey was gonna win.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so the next match was the New Day versus the War Raiders. Which did we both say the New Day was going to win, or did you say the War Raiders?
We both said that the New Day was going to win.
Okay. Nice match. Like I said before on the prediction episode, the New Day, it was just a spot that I definitely feel like the New Day deserved, so I'll give it a pop overall.
Yeah, I'd give it a pop too. I mean, of course, but that's just what the bad guys do. Of course, they did have to cheat their way into getting the titles, and I thought it was funny how they grabbed the titles and immediately just took off.
Right.
Yeah, they knew they messed up.
And another good match that deserved to happen was Jade Cargill and Naomi. And by the way, we both said the New Day was going to win, but Jade and Naomi, we both said Jade was going to win. She did win, but it was pretty. I mean, on the prediction episode, I think I said that this build up was like, man, it was like whatever. Mm-hmm. But after seeing like the video package that they put together, I was like, okay, this is like the video package got me hyped up for the match alone.
Yes.
More than the past few weeks. Well, I guess you need the past few weeks to build up the video package, but yeah.
Which is so true because most of the time I feel like those videos are kind of just like, oh, we've already seen all of this.
Yes, and maybe that's what it was because like maybe I wasn't quite paying attention to that storyline. So then
Yeah.
when I saw the video package, I was like,
That's
ooh,
why it's
like,
worth it.
or like the whole thing with like Rhea or not Rhea, the whole thing with Bianca and Naomi in the ring, like that night alone itself when they were like going back and forth in the ring,
Yeah.
and she's like, I did it for you. Like that was all kind of cringy, but then when you cut it up in like the best clips for the video package,
Yeah.
it looks good.
It seems so powerful.
Yes. And it's like, yeah, they literally just like, oh, I did it for you. And they, okay,
Yeah.
cut right there before it gets cringy.
Yes.
And then to show that in the video package. Like,
Yes.
yeah, that's why it was good.
Exactly. I think the highlight of this match though was that nip slip.
Oh yeah,
You see
Jade had a
Jade's
nip slip. Her areola was hanging out.
Literally, like it wasn't even just a little bit.
Yeah,
And I think that was the part where the match was over. Obviously, you know she's been moving around and stuff, but yeah, that was just full.
You showed me that was like a half moon.
Yeah, literally, that's a good way to describe it. But
yes,
overall, I'm gonna give this match a pop. Also,
yeah, it gets pop. Pretty pop worthy night.
Yeah. And we both said Jade. So wait, so do we each get a point, or are we just moving on?
Well, yeah, we
we
technically only get a point when one of us when we get one over the other,
Okay.
which we all been pretty much the same since then.
Just
So yeah, it might be, I don't know, might be down to the wire.
Yeah.
Even. We'll figure that
Or
out
tie.
at the end. Yeah. Yeah, if it's tie, you just retain. It's just a draw. But okay, United States champion LA Knight against Jacob Fatu. Now we both got this one wrong. We both said LA Knight was gonna win. No, I said Jacob Fatu was gonna win. Okay, so I got a point.
Yeah, I got a point. Nice.
I thought it said VC LA, but yeah, okay.
Though we did that very quickly that we were just like, oh.
Yeah, but I guess this was like the first big entrance. Did Jade or Naomi have a big entrance?
I can't recall.
Well, we might have to go back and see. But
Yeah.
LA Knight, he came in on just with the driver.
Yeah.
What is that, like Ashton Martin?
I didn't see the car either.
Yeah, it was some type of fancy car, like
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah,
It's fancy rent-a-car.
yeah, good match. Like I said, this one's kind of just like I don't know. I feel like maybe that was the point, but just LA Knight and Jacob Fatu is kind of like a weird mix.
Yeah,
but maybe that's the point.
I thought so too.
But yeah, gets a pop.
I also thought that Solo was crying in the club.
Why? Because he didn't get a
it's
match.
just kind of just like like he didn't get a match, and like you remember you brought up that picture of literally just 3 years ago, Jacob Fatu literally in the audience as a fan watching Solo in the ring. So Jacob comes in after, and now he has his first singles title. Like that's
Solo's
just kind of like
yeah. I feel like the thing with Solo, same thing with Bailey. It's like, Triple H said on the press conference, you'll get to that, but like, yeah, she'll be fine because she had to give up her spot, and it's like, maybe it's a thing. Maybe, yeah, the people that didn't get their spots, it's either, promises something bigger is coming, or maybe it's a sign that like, hey, you got to work harder.
Yeah.
Because that could always be it too.
Hopefully it's something bigger is coming, but everyone, I don't know, I'm trying to stay positive. Everyone's talented. No.
Yeah,
but,
well, at the end, we'll talk about, speaking of something bigger, we'll talk about, at the end of this, we'll talk about what's coming next. We don't know what's coming for Raw, but at least we'll talk about the Andre the Giant Battle Royal that happened, and then the SmackDown Tag Team titles, what's going on with that. But anyway, so yeah, United States title, that gets a pop. We had Rey Mysterio. Oh, well, actually, Rey Mysterio had to get a sub.
Yes.
It was technically another Rey, so you said Rey was going to win on this one, so technically we'll just keep it that you that it was a Rey was going to win. Or no, you just want to scratch this one?
Honestly, and I'm not even just trying to say this, but I probably would have picked Rey Fenix also.
Okay.
Just considering El Grande, Americano is just like, there.
Yeah, so Rey Mysterio, again, like we were just talking about with spots. Solo didn't get a spot.
Yeah.
Bailey didn't get a spot. Rey didn't get a spot. Now, Rey's case is definitely not a case of like, oh, work harder next year. I think it's Rey's case, it was definitely a case of like, okay, Penta has a match and Phoenix just came in. His brother, they both like are equally as like, I feel like as valuable and as talented. So it's like, maybe in this case, like,
so
Rey
you don't think he's injured?
No, I think he like gave up his spot for Rey Fenix. That like, no, he deserves it because I think Rey's hopefully still got a few years left.
That's what I was worried about, was that time was coming to an end. So I was like, man, that sucks because you never know. But
yeah, Rey's weird because like he's already in the Hall of Fame, so he could.
I thought that was it after that.
Yeah, he could technically stop at any time now. He's gonna get inducted twice, like just by himself. Yeah. Most people get inducted twice because they're like with the tag team. He's gonna get inducted twice by himself. It's like his first career, and then his career after he got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
But anyway, I said Chad was gonna win.
Yeah.
He won with the weighted mask, and I give it a pop.
Yeah, that's true. Oh wait, I forgot to make sure I'm writing this down.
Yeah, anything you think about this?
Oh wait, so you got this? That's your second one. Wow. No, I just feel like it was very like noticeable that it was just a very thrown together match because I don't think, regardless of like what you think Mysterio, I sincerely think like Phoenix was kind of just thrown in there too, and
Yeah,
yeah,
but they
that was
work
just
together. Like
what?
they work together.
Oh
Like
yeah, for sure. I think El Grande Americano. I think yeah, he's doing good, like fitting in with the luchadors.
that's what I mean. Chad, I think like this whole gimmick thing that he's doing is just like really to show off his skills. Because like
Yeah.
most people I knew that since when he had long hair in NXT. Chad Gable's always been a good wrestler. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it's really good that he's getting like his own like flowers in a way with his own like main story like focus on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So
then of course we had the Hall of Fame people come out, and yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, Bret Hart was pissed because Triple H stole the spotlight, but that's what
Yeah.
happens when you're the main eventer in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That's what
Um,
everyone is saying. It's just like Brett doesn't like anybody.
yeah, he's just a bitter dude, and it's hard. I go back and forth on it because I'm like you just want to be like, dude, like stop being such an asshole and bitter, but then you have to just. You know, he did there like he was like the best, and a lot of people don't know how good Bret Hart was because like WWE kind of just like buried him after he left.
Yeah.
And never really focused it on him. Like they basically gave him like the Chris Benoit treatment at one point, and
He just has a
yeah.
lot of grudges.
Yeah, and then people like me, like I just missed the boat. Like I said, I've been watching wrestling since I was freaking probably a baby. Since my brothers were watching wrestling since I was in front of the TV. But there's a point where you're not actually like our daughter, where she's technically watching wrestling right now,
Yeah.
but she's not paying attention to it.
Mhm.
I was technically watching wrestling in the Bret Hart era, but once my like wrestling mind kicked in, that was like slightly after Bret Hart left. So like for me, imagine I don't even like fully understand how good Bret Hart was.
Right.
And it's like, can you imagine people nowadays?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like the Michael Jordan thing.
Right. I just think like yeah, overall that was cool how the earthquake, how his daughter his daughter got
yes.
to wear the ring and show it
Yes.
off and stuff, and yeah, I just think back to the night before the Hall of Fame speech and everything. I think that was just really good. We didn't even talk about that. Triple H went on for 67 minutes.
Yes.
Talk about literally stealing the spotlight.
Yeah, I
Tries to
mean,
one up.
but see, it's like deserving at the same time
Yeah.
too. Like it was
He
really
has had a
deserving.
long
Like
career.
that's his Hall of Fame. Or like Triple H, like someone who really didn't get to have his real retirement like he
Yeah.
was supposed to because of his heart condition.
Mhm.
Fuck it. If this is my Hall of Fame, I'm gonna talk as long as I can, and that's what
so
he did.
true. Like yeah, having to end his career not on his terms.
Exactly.
Dang, that sucks.
Like so, I think he really took advantage of that Hall of Fame spot. So yeah, that's good.
It only happens one time.
Yeah, we'll give the Hall of Fame a "This is awesome."
Yes.
At least something. It's a "This is awesome."
Yeah, I know so far.
I
We're
know
getting
this
to that,
this
I
WrestleMania wasn't
though.
it wasn't bad. It just it was just different. Like how do you describe it?
So I would describe, since we're coming near to an end of night one, we have the last two matches left. I would describe it as like your ordinary Raw, but with like two main events.
No, it's not like a Raw. People said it was like a Raw.
People said it was like a live show. I don't agree with that because that's even lower. This was just like a really good Raw.
Yeah.
But up until the last two, because the last two were amazing.
Night 2 was definitely better than night 1, but it's just like I think what we'll talk about this, but okay. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
I said Charlotte was gonna win. You said Tiffany. So wait, Tiffany won, right?
Tiffany retained.
So
yes.
you got a point there.
My first point.
Yeah, I'll give this one a pop too. It was pretty good back and forth. Man, they were rough. They were really going rough.
Yeah, she chipped a tooth.
Yeah, busted her lip. Like, cause you could tell Charlotte was just like constantly shoving her face. And,
yes, there was like real anger there.
Yeah.
Real like that was her receipt for what she said.
Sheesh.
Because that was really I think that was a what do you call it an audible.
Yeah, that's probably you're right. It's probably because of all that shit she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably why she's
like, oh, you're talking all that shit. Well, I'll make you chip your tooth. I don't know, but
Sean giving the attendance record, that was just cool. You know, seeing Sean come out with his music and stuff. And then we had the triple threat match: Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. We both said Seth Rollins was gonna win. But
Yes.
man, back and forth, and I think I predicted this. I said, "Who's Paul's gonna
Yes.
choose? Who's Paul gonna choose?" And boom, he chose Seth Rollins.
Yeah, you totally predicted it. Yeah, you were saying this like weeks up until this, and it was really around the time when Seth said, "You owe me a favor now."
Yeah,
that was the last
favor.
thing. That was just so I really agreed and saw what you were saying. I didn't see it happening the way that it did. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, the way that it did, that was.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Where he first betrays CM Punk and he's like, "Oh, I'm with my tribal chief," and then
Yeah.
no, then he betrays the tribal chief.
Yeah. That was just like, man, now Roman's gonna be all alone.
Yeah, now this is the most exciting to like what's to come out of all of this night is like what's going on, what's gonna happen with CM Punk, what's gonna happen with Roman Reigns. Is Paul Heyman, did he just owe him a favor just for that night? Is he gonna stick with them? What's gonna happen here? So that was a really, I think it was a good way to end night one. Good start.
I saw a picture. It said that the next time on Raw, whenever Paul Heyman comes out with Seth Rollins, that Paul Heyman's gonna be wearing those the new boot.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, he's gonna have the big
the big puff coat,
the big cheetah puff coat blouse,
and his big boots.
Yeah. So overall, night one, WrestleMania gets a pop.
Yes. What did you give the main event?
Oh, the main event.
Yeah. I'm gonna give the main event of This Is Awesome.
I'll give the main event of This Is Awesome.
Yeah.
That was a This Is Awesome moment.
Yeah.
That was.
So.
Yeah. So, but overall, night one gets a pop, and so far I'm up 2 in year 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Night 2, of course, Stephanie came out this time to be like, "Yeah, welcome to WrestleMania," blah blah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Always good.
And then we started with the women's championship match: Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. I said Belair was going to win. You said Rhea Ripley was going to win, and we were both wrong.
Yeah, so let me just say that genuinely WWE really just tried to piss me off in the beginning of the show because literally it happens, she retains, everybody's going crazy, you look over at me and I'm just straight face. I'm like not even talking. I'm just like, no, this shit pissed me off.
She got, I mean, for as talented as she is, I guess she gets her moment, but it's just like, whoa, that was unexpected.
Yeah, unexpected.
Yeah.
And let me just clarify that. It's just like, I don't hate, I don't know what it is. I just don't get Io Sky. I'm not saying that she's not talented or anything, because she is, but there's just something about her. Like, as a fan, I don't want to be a fan of her. Nothing wrong with that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So I'll give it a pop. What do you think?
I'll give it a pop too.
You're not giving it a potato, you sure?
No, I'm not going to be like that, because overall it was still a really good match.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then we have the Sin City Street Fight: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I said Damian was gonna win. You said Drew.
I said Drew.
Oh, so you're up. So we're 2-2 now.
Yep. Now we're tied because I said Drew.
I'll give that match a This Is Awesome. Because I think, like you were saying, like we were talking about, this is what I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, that it just felt like night one just felt like a random Raw, and it's like, what separates these big pay-per-views? And if we're talking a big pay-per-view like WrestleMania, what separates that from a random Raw? Well, random Raw, maybe here and there on a Raw you have one title on the line, so of course multiple titles on the line, that makes a big pay-per-view, that makes WrestleMania. Boom, that's what we had. What other thing separates a big pay-per-view or a big type of match from a regular Raw or SmackDown? Gimmick matches, cage matches, TLC matches, street fights, anything like that, which they're kind of doing it backwards, because instead of having a TLC match at WrestleMania, which will make a big spectacle like WrestleMania, you're just throwing it on a random SmackDown. Yes, I know it's a SmackDown after WrestleMania, so you want to make that big, but it's just like, that's what WrestleMania is missing. I think that's what night one was missing, and luckily night two had a little bit of it, but that's what night one was missing, is like, WrestleMania, dude. Like, throw some gimmick matches in there. Even if you throw a mask versus hair match or title versus hair match, something, something, like throw some gimmicks in there. That's what it's all about. I
thought it would have been even good if somebody, out of all these matches, somebody could have pulled out a ladder or something.
Exactly. I think we had a trash can and some chairs and triple threat matches, and like, I know the chair is significant for wrestling, but it's like, damn, like.
And the tables, of course, everybody wants tables, but that's just so like.
Well, no, tables are released another level, but I feel like chairs are the most boring weapon in wrestling, and I've always thought that since I was a kid. It's like, if I was playing a wrestling game or playing a RPG role where I'm this wrestler, I would never choose a chair, because that's the most boring weapon you could choose. But yet we always get chairs.
I think Vinny hates chairs, guys.
Yes, I do. Like, get a kendo stick, a trash can. Yeah, like, I mean, like I said, they use the trash can. I would do, like, exotic weapons.
Yeah.
Come in there with a cane, or I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
I would do,
God.
like, the barbed wire bat or something.
Oh,
But
yes.
anyway.
Spike.
Yeah. But
okay.
yes, I'll give Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. This is awesome.
Yeah, my favorite part of this match was when he live tweeted from
from the match.
from the side, but obviously I think it was his brother. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Drew McIntyre just tweeted." It's like Drew McIntyre just took the picture and handed back the phone.
Right.
I think his brother, whatever, took care of the rest.
Oh yeah, he made it look like he was typing, but yeah. So yeah, we're up 2-2.
Yeah.
Then we have the Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, this was
Whoa.
good. Braun Breaker versus Dominic Mysterio versus Penta versus Finn. You know what? We both said Dom was gonna win. We knew it.
Yeah,
we knew it.
we
Dom was
did.
gonna go in there with the win. I'll give this is awesome too.
Me too.
I feel like I like this match a lot too.
Me too, especially because we kind of predicted the end that it would be Dom pinning Finn.
Yeah.
That's just gonna. Oh my God, Raw tomorrow's gonna be so good. I feel.
Yeah. Because then, like, what's gonna happen then? See, this is another good story coming out of it.
Yeah.
As you gotta think about the stories coming out of it, because, like, look, Bianca Rhea and Io Sky, you're like, okay, what happens there? That's kind of whatever. Damian Priest, that's done. Okay, what's gonna come out of this Intercontinental title match? Yeah, that's the whole story with Judgment Day. Is Finn gonna stay in? Is Dom gonna stay in?
Yeah.
They gonna split up? What's gonna happen? I don't know.
I think no. Finn has to get booted out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was really good. This is awesome for me.
And then Randy Orton versus Randy Orton had his open challenge.
The way that we were so terribly wrong, and we didn't even
We didn't even think about it.
I don't even think Joe Hendry crossed my mind.
No, I don't think it didn't. We said everyone else. We said Joe. We said Rusev, Aleister Black, Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan.
I was even thinking up until the moment, like Sami Zayn.
Yes, of course it would be Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Was he in the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he
was in the Rumble, but to go and just have this crazy match.
That's what I mean. He was in the Rumble, and then just when you're forgetting about him, and boom.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody anybody thought that he would be he's
I
TNA
think the
champ,
gimmick was kind of phasing down a little bit, and then it ramped back up. That's how you do it.
I totally personally think though that probably Randy was gonna win no matter what. So he was a really good entry point too, and then to even have the moment at the end, I feel wherever Randy was just like, oh yeah, give it up for this guy, and then he still RKO'd him.
Right. Yes, and I think I literally told you about that. I don't know if it was the last episode I mentioned it. Hopefully I mentioned on the episode, or I just told you personally. But that Joe Hendry was supposed to have a WrestleMania match against somebody, like The Miz or somebody that I read or I heard somewhere, and that they scrapped it because he would be losing in his debut, which he still ended up doing. So maybe they just maybe he was it's fine.
Yeah.
It's Randy Orton, and the fact that Randy gave him his props at the end, and then another IKL, but then still give him his props.
I can see, because technically I would say, even though of course Miz we will always end up being a legend, I just feel like Joe Hendry's still kind of a little bit below him, so it kind of would have been weird if Joe Hendry would have lost to the Miz, but the fact that you put him next to Randy Orton, it's okay, obviously Randy's
and the only way you would have him beating Randy Orton if it was some kind of upset quick roll up like he was trying to do in the beginning, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, just for the fact that that's what it's all about, I didn't know. I thought I didn't know what was going to happen, and you surprised me. I'll give Randy versus Joe Hendry. This is awesome, too.
Me, too. I would get, though, I would say that the surprise in the beginning alone is, the pop, and then just the rest of the match, and even just all the way to the end was just so good. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And then we didn't do really predictions for that because it was just we didn't really know.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I said Logan Paul was gonna win.
Oh, wow.
You said AJ Styles, so I'm up.
Man.
I'm up one.
I'm
and
nervous.
Honestly, props to Logan Paul, that freaking or whoever came up with that idea, because that's the thing about WrestleMania is how do you one up kind of all the great entrances that have happened and the big entrances, and for something so simple like a drone, but you can make it so cool like that where he's holding the drone, and I was even looking at that what is he holding, because as a lifelong wrestling fan, I'm always into the big wrestling entrances, and there's really not that much nowadays as there was. I mean, you can only you had back then big, I think the big entrances determine it matters the stars too, and you don't really have stars that are like big entrance worthy, I guess, nowadays. Is that weird to say? Back then, you think of big entrances, you think of Triple H, you think of Undertaker, who's really...
Entrances now don't top the ones back then.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, that was just really cool, because you're is he holding a phone? Is he doing the typical Tyler Breeze, Austin Theory selfie entrance? but then it ends up like he's holding it, and then it ends up starting to float, and you're like, oh, he was holding a drone, and then like all the different like from like a producer or like editing standpoint, that was just cool how they had all the different angles.
Yeah. Oh yes, and all the little boxes.
Yes.
Yeah, they literally said every angle.
Yeah, and then the drone flies back to him.
Yeah.
I just really, my nerdy self just really appreciated that cool entrance.
At first, I thought it was like he was streaming or something.
Oh yeah, that kind of what it looked like too. I lost my shoe here. I'm trying to get it back.
Yeah, I just thought he was streaming, just of course, being the social media guy. But yeah, overall, it was really good, and I think the match was really good. Also, nice. You had that Logan Paul, his buddy or whatever, try to come out and help him, and then Karrion Kross was the big distraction in this.
Oh, see, I had to do stuff outside, so I didn't really. I was like feeding the dogs and stuff, so the animals and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so Caylin Kross came out and tried to give AJ the brass knuckles, told him to hit Logan Paul with it, and I'm sorry. Logan Paul's guy tried to give Logan the brass knuckles. Caylin came out, took them from him, tried to give them to AJ, and AJ was like,
like you don't want to do it.
Yeah, and wait, oh my God, I'm forgetting. Jesus Christ. But
it's been a long night.
Yeah, I know. I do think that I guess that's how he beat Logan.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go back and watch it regardless, because I just realized I gotta rewatch that match.
Yeah, because with the Caylin Kross. Okay, so you have 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. So yeah, that match gets pop. We'll give it a pop.
Yes, for sure.
Then we had Liv and Raquel versus Bailey. Again, yeah, Bailey got replaced. Mm-hmm. Bailey apparently got injured backstage and blah blah blah. And, really, Becky Lynch stole her spot.
Yeah.
With Lyra Valkyria, and we both said Liv and Raquel were gonna win. Of course, that was wrong because we didn't even know.
Yeah, because we assumed Bailey was gonna be a part of it.
So like Triple H said on the press conference, because I guess everyone already knows, like, okay, she really wasn't injured; she was replaced.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Don't worry, Bailey's gonna be just fine." So maybe she got a push coming up, but we'll see. Yeah.
I just feel like they don't really know. I don't know. I kind of feel for Bailey, but at the same time, like you were saying before, like how her mannerisms are in the ring.
Yeah.
It kind of like it weighs the other one down. But
yeah. But Becky is back, so I'll give this match This Is Awesome just because Becky's back and we got to watch Liv's cheeks hanging out the whole match. So this is awesome.
Whoever made her gear, like, I swear I thought her lip was gonna hang out.
Yes, it was like, not only was the back hanging out, the front was
it was very high on the sides too. It wasn't like shorts. It was like straight up like a thong, basically.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, I don't like Liv Morgan, but at one point you're just like, Jesus.
I know.
Like, what's every camera angle? Like Logan Paul's entrance.
Yeah.
It's like I can't. Every camera angle, I see something.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. Oh.
And then it was after this that we had Stone Cold. Stone Cold's
oh my
appearance.
God, the infamous. I'll give that This Is Awesome, because him crashing into the barricade was probably the most entertaining thing. Was probably more entertaining than anything that happened in night 1.
Yes. And then the fact that you had Nick Khan personally come out to the ring,
because when he apologized and stopped or whatever, but they kind of had a face on him, the chick had a face on her like she was pissed.
Yes.
Or she was trying to act like she was pissed and stuff. And
apparently she said she was just startled, but no, I bet her back's gonna start hurting tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Sad to say, but
I mean, hopefully they're front row. You don't need
WWE. Yes,
yeah,
hopefully
maybe that's how they get their money. They're scammers.
But then you couldn't be a wrestling fan after that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know. Not in that position.
I don't know.
But...
Yeah, if Stone Cold, if that was us in front row, Stone Cold, I'd be like, oh, it's fine, just be on our podcast tomorrow.
Yes,
I'd
right.
Be like, I want to see you at 8 a.m. in the hotel tomorrow to do our podcast.
Yes. Literally, that's how you can repay us.
Yeah.
That's so great. But, man, this main event.
Oh yeah, so yeah, like I said, I give Stone Cold the attendance. Great to see Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That was a great, funny moment. That alone gets to This Is Awesome.
Yes.
But yeah, the main event. We didn't even run our predictions. Who did we say was gonna win?
What?
Who did we
Cody.
say? Oh, we both said Cody.
We both said Cody was gonna retain.
Okay.
So
we both got it wrong.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, so does that mean I'm champion? Did I win? We're 3-2.
Oh, is that the last it?
3-2.
Oh wow!
Nice.
You just dethroned me. Now
Look
you're
at
the
that.
champ.
Now we're new. After WrestleMania, who knew there'd be one more champion?
You're the end new.
One more champion to crown tonight, people.
Yes.
And it's me. On WrestleMania, I get my WrestleMania moment. No.
That's so sweet.
That's
So I
awesome.
love it.
I did it with you, babe.
I know.
Couldn't done it without you.
I know.
No,
And now this was cool because this was like legit. Like we made these predictions days ago.
right, yeah.
It was awesome.
But as far as the match, like, oh man, like this match, I don't know, was it kind of anticlimactic? Like,
It
did you?
was-
I expected more to happen. Like, it wasn't bad.
Okay.
I'll just say that it wasn't bad, but I just expected a lot more to happen.
Okay, yes, because I feel like the whole match was pretty slow. Like from beginning to end, I feel like they were both moving kind of slow, and it was very, like you said, I would say underwhelming because we were expecting so much more. Like this is night 2, this is like compared to night 2 last year, this was kind of like a downgrade. I feel because it's like you're gonna bring
night 2 last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You got last night 2 last year was obviously when Cody won, and then you had John Cena interfere. You had The Rock. You had Undertaker. Like
Yep.
that was insane. This night 2, like it's just like okay, yeah. Like I'm honestly extremely happy. You know, John Cena got his 17th title, and like that's that. But at the same time, like, and then you bring out only somebody like Travis Scott. Like, what is
Yeah.
WWE's fascination with Travis Scott? I seriously, genuinely want to know.
I think they're just right now. They're really pushing into like celebrities.
Well, they're kind of like
and-
rubbing it in our faces. I feel.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's a little too much. Like the like I don't think.
Well,
I hope
see,
they-
you say, yeah. I mean, I don't get it either. I really don't get it either. But then, like, look, the WrestleMania world or whatever, the WWE world, the freaking line for the Cactus Jack Travis Scott merch was like wrapped around. Like,
Yeah.
I guess that's what it
He
is.
sells,
It's just
I
like
guess?
I think there's a lot of just casual people that just are into like just like casual things like Travis Scott, and
Yeah.
it's just gonna bring more fans in at the end, because that's essentially what they're trying to do. They're trying to just get all the Travis Scott fans in, because everyone's into Travis Scott. Then maybe they're not into wrestling. They'd be like, oh, Travis Scott was at WrestleMania, and then like you were saying with Kill Tony, it's like the whole, you know, like Heidi's and stuff. Like, oh, I'm glammed out for WrestleMania. It's like, bitch, you don't even know what
I don't know.
WrestleMania is. But it's like that's what it's supposed to technically do. And of course we're the diehard hardcore fans, so it's like we want to be standoffish, like, no, this is our thing, like you don't get to
Yeah.
celebrate our thing. But then the whole point of trying to expand it is try to get multiple people like that, like people like that never freaking probably even made a post about WrestleMania ever are now making posts about WrestleMania, and then their followers are going to see that and be like, okay, let me check out this WrestleMania. But then it's always back and forth too, because how society is and how people are, and it's like, okay, you're going to be into it for a week, and then we're not going to hear from you until next WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'd like to go through that I'd like to go to that Cactus Jack line and be like, "What's your favorite Travis Scott song?" "Oh, it's Fiend." Get out. If your
Yeah.
favorite Travis Scott song is Fiend, like leave.
You gotta remember, there's a lot of Marks too. So Mark's gonna do what Marks do.
Yeah. And I was everybody. Travis Scott had the WrestleMania theme, and he got to show up. I was waiting for the Weeknd to show up.
The Weeknd. Okay, now like I got beef with the Weeknd, because like how are you like 5-6 years in a row of being a WrestleMania theme if you've never showed your freaking face at WrestleMania?
Okay, you're gonna hate me. Don't. to his defense,
Oh god.
he was actually at Coachella, so
Oh my god.
he already had the Weeknd booked, and he's trying to promote his new movie that actually comes out in May. So I think he's just a little overbooked.
Oh my god. Of course. Gonna stick up for him. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, John Cena from the bleak entrance.
Oh,
To-
that was really cringy. I
Yeah,
feel it was kind of
like-
weird. I liked it, but then I didn't.
I
was
get-
like, I'm afraid of this.
I get the whole point of the story and like what his heel persona is trying to do and like take away from wrestling and be the like at the same time, bro, it was your last WrestleMania.
He's kind of like,
But he's done enough. Maybe that's the point. Like he's done enough big entrances for his last WrestleMania. He went completely negative.
yeah, like just the black screen in his
That was-
name. That was so clever.
It was so basic but so cool at the
Yes,
same time.
see, that's why I'm torn. But
Yeah.
I feel like, is he kind of overdoing it? Because I understand,
Mhm.
like, you know, you got to be a heel and stuff. But did you hear that in the beginning, whenever the ref was trying to explain, like, the match rules and stuff, he literally was just like, all right. Like, he was just trying to brush him off. But it's like,
Well, at the end of the day, John Cena's, you know, as Cody and everyone said, he can't really wrestle much. So at the end of the day, he's an actor. So he was basically like doing it the actors. Like I even thought that too when he first gave his first heel promo when he was breaking up the crowd. He
gets
was like,
real into it.
enough. It's like, okay, that's like straight out of an acting class.
He
Like,
gets real into it.
yeah, it's kind of like over, yeah, but I mean, I guess it worked because look, I mean, it made so much hype out of that. We were like, both you jumped up and you were like, what?
Yeah, I
Like
was not
people were
expecting
freaking
it.
out. George
And
Kittle was freaking out.
it was the typical dirty finish, and it's just like,
Yeah,
he can say that he won his 17th title, but he didn't do it with, like, I think they said something on the post show, and it was like he's always been hustle, loyalty, and respect, but he did the opposite of that by winning this title.
And I think that's the whole beauty of the story. It's like he's always had big entrances.
Yeah.
So his last WrestleMania, boom, no big entrance, no nothing, no music. I thought at one point like, okay, what if like his music plays and then like it starts remixing into like his new theme song? But nope. We're not gonna get a new theme song. If we didn't get a new theme song by now, or new gear change, like
That's
we're not
it.
getting. That's it.
He's going out with it.
Yeah,
He's
so I
going
think
out with the jorts.
yeah, for the matches, I think it's gonna continue to be the bland entrance because like we've had 25 years of big John Cena entrances.
Yeah.
We've had 25 years of John Cena doing the right thing, and then like the last year, the biggest like match. His last WrestleMania, his 17th win,
Yeah.
he comes out with the blandest entrance, the total opposite of what he's ever done, and then he wins in the dirtiest way possible, totally opposite he's ever done. At the end of the day, you can't help it's beautiful storytelling,
Yeah.
people.
For sure. And then even at the end when you were saying like he can't help but smile because even though like everybody was trying to like boo him or John Cena sucks, like they still were kind of happy, and it was a really bittersweet moment at the end when he's walking back up the aisle and then like just through the doors and the doors closed because it's like that's his last WrestleMania.
Yeah. But he is champion, so we'll see. Like, is Cody just gonna get it back? Is he really gonna carry this and like try to retire with it? And then somebody like somebody's gonna get it at the end from him right before he leaves? Will that be Cody? Will it be somebody else that they're trying to push? Dang, so many. Will he actually just leave with the WWE title and they just like start making? What if they like go back? What if like he really does leave? This is like total like out there. Because, but yeah, what if he really does leave with the WWE title and they no longer have a WWE title? They just go back. They just have World Heavyweight. They can either just keep it by himself or they go back to Universal and it's like no longer WWE champion. It's just World Heavyweight or Universal champion.
Oh, that's right, because Roman merged them, right? Didn't he have two?
Oh yeah, he did merge them. That's when it became the Undisputed.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so I don't know if that would happen, but that would just be crazy. Or if they just drop the WWE title and just World Heavyweight.
No, they can't do that. Randy can win.
Yeah. See, will it be Randy?
Randy?
Oh, that would be good.
If Randy, okay, I'm gonna because the draft is coming up. I think in a couple of weeks, the draft is coming up, and I think if Randy goes to Raw, that might be a big hint right there.
And then, and then that's another thing like we got to think about too, because it's big. John Cena winning his 17th world title, so Ric Flair is now 2. Ric Flair's 2 with 16, and then 3 and 4 are Triple H and Randy Orton, both with 14. So if Randy Orton were to beat John Cena, because Triple H, he can't, he's done. Randy Orton would be the 3rd, and it'd be John Cena, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, Triple H.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens now with, like I said, Cody would pull double duty sometimes. His ass be on Raw and on SmackDown. So if I don't see John Cena at least once or twice a month, it's ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah. But we got the Raw after Mania. Look forward to. Apparently, the press conference, Triple H said that he is going to try to make it very much the Raw after Mania. So hopefully we get some good stuff out of it.
I saw PTSD from the Raw after Mania when Vince was there.
Oh God,
that one was bad.
Yeah, they just sucked.
That was so bad. I think it was after Dallas 38.
Yeah, I think there was a. I think that was probably. Oh God, I'm glad you mentioned it because I really thought to that. I remember thinking in that day that was probably a total Vince moment where he was like, "These fucking fans are so spoiled with this Raw after Mania. Let's fuck with them and let's just do nothing."
Yeah.
And I think that was a straight up Vince. That's something Vince would do. I don't know him, but from the years of wrestling and everything I know about from the front, of the camera to behind the scenes of wrestling, that would be a total Vince call.
Yeah. You look good.
Oh yeah.
You look good with the belt.
Yeah, baby.
I'll get it back.
Yeah, I'll get it back.
I got to work on my promo.
Then I'm really looking forward to that TLC match on SmackDown. I really think it really should have been on WrestleMania night 1, especially you would have had a TLC match gimmick on night 1.
Yeah.
You would have had the street fight night 2. Would have been perfect. All the titles on the line. overall, night 2. I overall I'll give night 2 of this is awesome.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah,
For sure, I
night
can
2
agree with
gets
that.
this awesome.
Yeah.
Not quite, because there is a hidden rank or hidden rating in our 1, 2, 3 rating, and that's breaking the scale.
Yeah.
Going past this is awesome, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, WrestleMania 41 does not break the scale.
Not this year.
Not this year, but it was still good. It was still good.
Yeah.
Still gets a pop, and this is awesome. So that would average out to, I guess, a pop.
Average out, yes.
Average out to a pop.
2 giant pops.
Yeah, average out to yeah. Boom. Boom.
You get 2 giant booms. Boom. Boom.
And then the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, again, should have thrown it at WrestleMania, but you just gave it, threw it on Random SmackDown, gave it to Carmelo Hayes. Probably nothing's going to happen to him, just like it never happens with anyone that ever wins the Battle
Him.
Royal.
Huh?
Oh, yeah,
You
no
did
pun
it.
intended. Each one him. The Jim, the Tim, the
But
Kim.
yeah, that was crazy too. But go for Carmelo.
Yeah.
IG.
Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed WrestleMania.
Like we did.
Yes, and hope you enjoyed watching me.
Oh, like
win.
let's do the Triple H.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wait, I
I'm
pointed
doing
to
it.
Okay.
Like how you did. Bye, guys.
All right, later.